Oh boy, this MIDI. Oh, and 19 secrets? This must be like a big sprawling complex level. Nah, all the secrets are right here. You can even, on the auto map, it looks funny because it's like every single one of these is individual like secret sector like that. You know, they turn green as I tag them. But yeah, that's funny. So yeah, I mean this map is you know, Bemused was having fun with this one. And then we walk in here and you know, like it started off with this elaborate, like pretty kind of scene, and now we've got this. Now, you'll notice that I make a whole lot of mistakes like in the first 2 minutes. Like, to be honest, I was watching this and I was thinking like, what was I even doing for the first 2 minutes of this demo? Like, just taking just tons of damage and then getting more megas. But I don't know, I feel like that's kind of the play style that we're going for here, because there's just so much ammo, so many resources, and just a bunch of crap to just BFG if you want. Anyway, same thing here. Like, come on, David. Like, what? But I do think that pre-fire is good, though. You know, speed things up just a slight bit there. But yeah. So you'll find that with this map, you know, what it is it's a reference to time of death. Okay, so if you pull up a WAD time of maps, which I may even link in the description, you'll find that, you know, sometimes he does this kind of thing. So you'll see it's like the random, like, misaligned textures. He's literally got teleporter textures on the ceiling, just completely misaligned like that, and the walls and everything. Yeah, he does that. That's kind of the style that he's got. Dude was having fun. Honestly, that is like his. Oh, and let's just say this is really important. So this is pre-fire for those pain elementals, and then get out of there and get into this corner, I would say, is a strategy. Now, I got super unlucky that Cyber shot immediately and you know, hit me right while I was just waiting there for the pain elementals to die. But it's all good. I adapted and got out of the way, and then that was crazy. I had to like wait for that Cyber rocket to pass by and then dodge the archvile fire. I don't know, bro. I was just playing. But anyway, yeah, so time of death, you know, I would say, you know, if you pull up time of maps, you'll probably find some things that look familiar, like where, you know, some of your favorite modern day mappers get their stuff from. Really innovative stuff, so I would recommend it. But there's, of course, you know, I mean, it's an older WAD. You'll find that there's some stuff that I don't know how fun it would be today, but still a good recommendation from me. But yeah, now for this fight, you know, I just hang out here by the revs a little bit, and usually I take a bunch of damage. So after I do, I just go in for the Megasphere that I saved back here, push through those barons, and then fight is pretty much won. I just kind of hang out here for a little bit, and then when I can push around, get in here, kill the Cyber, you should be good. Sometimes the Cyber and the revs end up in a corner, just a few of them just in the corner infighting, but it's whatever. And now just cleaning up these barons, we can speed this up because there's not really much to say about that. Okay, one last Cyber. You know, this, I always have to go for the 2-shot because that's just how I am. There. Okay. Now for this next part, the wall is going to lower really, really slowly. And then the next wall, too, same thing. But for this next fight, you know, you can do a couple things. Either you can just push all the way up to the top of the steps, or you can push up just a little bit and then try to get back out here to safety where I'm standing now. I normally would go all the way up the stairs, but I did this weird, like, in between where, you know, I tried to push up past these Arachnotrons. You know, there's enough megas that, like, whatever, take the plasma bolts and then just keep running up and it's fine. Yeah. I had to go for that really dangerous mega for some reason. And so yeah, I normally go all the way up to the top and then kill those archviles, but this time I just decided, you know, I'm just gonna go back down. This looks more consistent. Just came up with that on the fly and it worked for me. Got to keep restocking cells from down here, which is kind of annoying, but it's all good. Sniper revs also, that's another thing that was kind of annoying about this fight, is those guys that are like way up high, because you have to shoot the BFG ball and hope like the tracers reach up there. Yeah, and then hurt these archviles a little bit. hook the zap, because why not? I say one of the more like annoying deaths that you can take, like in this game in general, is if you get zapped into a cyber rocket. I don't know why, I just find it so funny. It's like you just got like completely wrecked, like they teamed up on you. Oh, yeah, and we have to snipe like this, which is annoying. I wish we had some if we had some rockets, you know, that would have helped, but oh well, no worries. It's a small flaw. Now, as you see these like misaligned textures the way they are, something really worth mentioning is Bemused said that he had to work really hard to actually like misalign these the right way, and to be honest, I can respect it. Now this fight is probably the hardest part. So I push through these manks and get back here behind the pain elementals, and then there's some variation with this fight. So what I do after that is I try to get past these barons and get in this corner, and then I judge from here. So I try to pay attention to where the cybers are standing, and I see there's a nice meat shield between me and the cybers to get around that corner, and then it works for me. And then I would just push around and take the fight from there. From here on, you know, you're pretty much in control, but just watch out that there's no cybers in like that little corner there, and just kind of make your way back and forth and do damage with your BFG. So a couple variations that can happen when you push into those pain elementals. The barons could come a lot closer to you, and that's fine. I say you just maybe back up and get the megasphere that's behind the pain elementals, and then push through the barons and kill the archvile like you saw. Something like that could help. And the other thing is when you're trying to make that big push around after you've gotten past the barons and you try to get to like the other side, you could have to like wait or just adapt your movement to where the cybers are. But once you get that, like the beginning of this fight taken care of, you're pretty much okay. And now we're cleaning up revs. So you know, this is something like, you know, we do love BFGing revs, but yeah, unfortunately, you know, it makes I guess depending on your mood, you know, I mean, it could make for a boring map if you're in that kind of mood, or if you're just like, if you just want to like shut your brain off and BFG stuff, this is a great map to do it. But yeah, then we have like a bunch of these guys on the bottom. I try to do a little bit of you know, like BFG like tracer stacking there, but yeah. Just speed past this, and then I'll like drop down, take out the last few guys there, and then go all in on these archviles. Only way to ever do this. Be honest, playing so Balls of Steel community project, you know, I make the archviles revive each other, and in that, basically anytime you have a group of archviles, you have to rush them, because otherwise you're just cooked. They'll all just revive each other. So I guess I learned how to do that a lot. And then David didn't know what to do in the map, so I pushed on that and then went the wrong way. But yeah, you press that switch, and I'd say the first thing to do is get behind those manks, and then come out here and take on these three cybers here. Little scuffle here, just kind of transitioning over between here and the finale. And you saw that invuln up there, so that's going to be in just a couple minutes here. Let me go ahead and press the switch, lowers, and tons of chain gunners. Honestly, that's something I do like, is having a lot of chain gunners for you to just shoot BFG at. And then I go in on these archviles because I feel like they're always reviving stuff, but you can always stay back and be a little more careful about that. I don't think you would lose too much time or anything. But yeah. Fight from down here. We got a carpet of cells down here, and we've got a billion megas. So I mean, have fun, I guess. Yeah, I just kind of work my way up here, and I'm not really thinking too much about what I'm doing here, to be honest. I'm just running around BFGing. So you know, sometimes you do need those kinds of maps. So not too much complaints here. And then we've got this, so you know, for these revs, you know, obviously can't go up there for very long, so I find it, you know, more effective to just, you know, get them a lot of tracers from down here. Try not to eat up these megaspheres like Pac-Man or something. Gobble gobble. Yeah, we do this and clear out as much as you can, and then when you feel like you can get up and run past them, what I do is I just go in for the invuln. So you'll see funny, just like random scrolling texture there. But yeah, run past these cacos and past the cyber and grab the invuln. And then drop straight down, and we got to take out these cybers. So when I was like learning this map again recently, I actually didn't realize that you could just get the mega until I got to the end of the map, or the invuln. I didn't realize you can get the invuln until you get to the end of the map. So all of a sudden, I realized, so I was working this whole strategy where I would go up there and hit the cacos for a little bit, and then I drop down and take on the cybers in this area, and I was going to be a hero. And then I realized that, no, I can just take the invuln and take them out. Which I guess I appreciate, because, you know what, having to do something like that at the end of a map that's like this, you know, it's not very fun. So, as much as I'm saying, like, you know, BFGing stuff and not thinking about it can be fun to like sit down and just do that for a solid like 15 minutes. At the same time, if you had to like grind out this map, I don't know how fun that would be, playing it for like too long. But yeah, and then from down here, you know, killing all these revs. You know, I gotta say, it's funny because I feel like revenants are one of the only enemies in this game where you can just put just this enemy and it's still like pretty interesting with the movement, because it's the mix of the homing and non-homing missiles. So anyway, you know, it can be fun in that way. But yeah, now as we're cleaning up here, something of note is at the 1225 mark. In fact, we can go back to it. I killed this unkillable enemy in here. Okay, he's an SS, and basically the BFG ball hit this corner of the this pillar, and it hit him. It like phased through. That's actually pretty consistent, and so in my opinion, I know that you know, it's like maybe someone could deem it as an unkillable enemy. In my opinion, for DSDA, I would require that as a kill, because you can kill him pretty consistently. And the other thing is, you know, a Mank Fireball could just go and kill him anyway, so there's that too. I think it's a, you know, pretty good chance that you would get that guy, but I don't know. I don't make decisions necessarily. But yeah, there's another demo on YouTube that I found where I think his name is Firecrest, and also kills that one. Also kills in the exact same way as I did, and just fighting these revs right here, BFG'd the wall and it phased through. And somehow randomly I just took a bunch of rev missiles there. I mean, I'm not thinking, I'm just running in a circle, like, come on. But yeah, a lot of this for the last minute here. Kind of feels like I'm fast forwarding the whole demo, but yeah, I guess I did the demo. I might as well make the video, make something interesting to watch. But yeah, and then just clean up these last barons here. Best time that I could find was that same demo, 17-minute run. This one exits at 14 something, but anyway, yeah, you can optimize with better BFGing. You can optimize by being more aggressive and stuff, but that's Occula map 33. So yeah, you know, I do think that maps like this have their place, have their the BFG spam where you don't have to think about it too much, nothing too difficult except for that one fight where everything kind of lowers in the middle of the demo there. But yeah, pretty fun. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, peace.